crossed my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi Cancer, welcome to your July 2019 reading, and happy birthday to all of you guys celebrating your solar returns in July. Sorry the videos are so late, guys. I actually just got done moving, so this is my first time recording my monthly videos in a new space, and I think it's really ironic and just really symbolic that so many people are moving in Cancer season. Cancers do represent the fourth house of home and family, so I've been noticing a lot of stuff going on with that, guys. So we're just going to go ahead and get started with your reading, Cancer. I've got a couple of new decks out here. I am working with regular tarot, but I'm working with a different deck with different images so that I can work on my intuition. Cancers are a really intuitive and nurturing water sign energy, and as a Pisces, I'd like to honor that by challenging myself a little bit with the cards so that I can feel into the energy and the emotion of the cards this month for all the signs, okay? So I've got the Triple Goddess deck here, and I have my Iris Oracle deck, okay? So we're going to be working with a combination of those two cards, but we're going to work with the regular tarot first, so I'm sitting that over there for now. Cancer, I sat with your energy for quite a while, and just as I was about to give up, the Chariot card showed up, okay? So that may be symbolic for someone here watching that just as you're about to give up on something this month in July, you may see or, get what you're waiting for. And I feel like that was a symbol for, I was just thinking of shuffling a different way. I was like, I've been sitting here for a while asking permission to connect with Cancer's energy. And it seemed as if maybe that wasn't happening. And then as soon as I almost started to shuffle differently, the Chariot card popped up. So I just wanted to mention that to some of you guys as well. So we do have the Chariot card here, guys. This is the card for Cancer, all right? So I wanted to wait until I seen this card before we started. I'm going to go ahead and look at behind you, Cancer, just to see what some of you guys are feeling. And we have the Ten of Swords, Cancer. Wow, after all that shuffling, the cards seemed to want to share this message. So, Cancer, even if you're a cross watcher, you want to flip the scenarios any way that you can. But what I'm seeing here for you, Cancer, is that there are some painful endings. There may be an ending to a painful situation with this Ten of Swords. It's an ending, it's some kind of completion, and this is like you still being victorious, because I see that the Chariot, which is you in this scenario, is actually charging away from the Ten of Swords, okay? This is maybe some betrayal that you're feeling with a lot of emotion coming up in your season with your birthday, okay? So we do have the Ten of Swords right behind you, and Cancer, we actually have the Devil card after the Ten of Swords. So that's really interesting because this is your opposite sign, Capricorn. And right now, Cancer and Capricorn are the North and South node. You're the North node, Cancer. Capricorn is the South node. And the North and South node in astrology have to do with destiny. This is all about release with the Capricorn card and Capricorn energy right now. Pluto and Saturn opposing you. Capricorn represents your relationships, Cancer. So I also want to say here that there may have been an ending to some sort of toxic situation for you guys in July, or maybe you're just focused on that situation ending so that you can kind of have a new beginning, because the next card after the Ten of Swords would be the Ace of Swords. But this is a completion. Some of you could be dealing with Capricorn, which I think is very, very interesting if you are, because you guys are opposites, okay? So there is reason for balance here with Capricorn and Cancer energy. There's just certain things that Capricorn represents that Cancer is missing, and vice versa. So either this was an ending, this may be talking about the Capricorn full moon, which is happening around the 15th, Cancer. But I really think it's interesting that Capricorn and Cancer are right here with the Ten of Swords in the middle of them. So whether you're dealing with a person with Capricorn energy or not, you may have Capricorn energy, Cancer. But whether you're dealing with Capricorn energy or not, Capricorn is a very important sign this month because it's your shadow. And again, we do have that full moon lunar eclipse on the 15th. So yeah, and of course the South Node and Pluto and Saturn are in Capricorn opposing you, Cancer. So this is hitting you in your relationship house, okay? So there's something going on here. Maybe you and Capricorn are both going through painful endings with these eclipses, okay? But let's go ahead and get your reading started, Cancer. Now that we know the underlying energy for July has something to do with painful endings of deception, The Ten of Swords is not a bad card. It's the ending to something that has been painful for quite a long time, okay? It's the final ending. It's the light at the end of the tunnel card, okay? So Cancer, we're going to break this down. I don't know if some of you guys are new. If you are, welcome to my channel. But for the last couple of months, what I've been doing is I've been breaking the month down by week. I think that's very clear. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue doing that this month, but I am feeling led to do that. So right now it is July 11th. I'm recording this on July 11th, which may be some of your birthdays. Happy birthday. So we're into the second week of July, I guess. So we're going to look into the past and see how you entered July, Cancer. Then we'll go to the second week of July. Then we'll see how the month ends for you, okay? And we're going to clarify these cards as well. So Spirit, this is for Cancer for the month of July 2019. Please allow me to look into the first week of July by giving me just one card. Please give me one card to represent the first week of July for Cancers. First week of July for Cancer. Okay, we have a card coming out, and it is the Queen of Wands. Okay, so we have a fire sign energy coming up here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They may be linked to anxiety. We do have the Nine of Swords here, and I am seeing the Temperance card a little bit, so some of you could be dealing with Sagittarius as well. There's a lot of energy here, Cancer, on the bottom of the deck, and this deck is a little bit different to shuffle, so I'm still getting used to it. I don't use this deck very often. So we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck for the first week of July. There could definitely be new feelings or new starts. Some of you may have children, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sometimes the Ace of Cups is a child. But Cancer, I'm going to read this, excuse me, as a new emotional beginning. A lot of emotion here, kind of like a fire hydrant exploding. And it could be linked to an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I do see that for some of you, that in the beginning of the month, this was some passion. For those of you who are not dealing with fire signs, or if you don't have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy in your chart, this is about taking action. Okay, we'll talk about this a little bit more when we have all the cards and when we clarify. But so far, I see a strong fire sign energy linked to new love, new children, healing energy. But again, the Queen of Wands is just simply a woman of action. She knows her vision. She knows what she wants to do. She's pretty feisty. You know, she's sexy and attractive. So this may be new feelings involving any of that, Cancer. But so far, I do see some kind of new beginning hidden beneath this Queen of Wands energy. It may be new passion, okay? And I just got the Four of Wands, Cancer. So I think that's coming out to clarify the Queen of Wands. And look, we do have the Devil at the bottom of the deck. So the Four of Wands coming out on the Queen of Wands is about a home environment, which is definitely that Cancerian energy, home and family. This is a celebration. This is a Leo, obviously. Leo season is coming up this month around the middle of July, like the 22nd or so. But some of you could really be dealing with a Leo, specifically a female Leo. And I do also want to mention that some of you guys, there could be a situation where someone is married or living with another person. And the Queen of Wands is sometimes the other woman in tarot. So meaning that there just may not be one woman receiving attention here, whether that's on your end, Cancer, or someone you're dealing with. I just want to say that some of you guys may be dealing with people who are married, or maybe someone else is already in a commitment. Some of you guys could be celebrating with fire signs. You know, this is usually like a wedding. You know, I am picking up on a marriage energy. This is the Twin Flame card as well. And it's linked to this is both fire energy so far, but the bottom of the deck is the Devil. So I don't know if there's an energy here of a toxic home environment. The Devil is Capricorn. Again, the full moon in Capricorn may be important when it comes to the ending of a marriage, especially if it's toxic, if there's any codependency. There may be someone at a party who drinks a lot. Maybe it was the 4th of July. This is a good card to come up for the 4th of July, which happened in the first week of July. In Cancer, there was a new moon eclipse around that time on the 2nd of July. So this 4th of July was really intense. And with this celebration card and the Devil card, the Devil card does talk about addiction and certain toxic habits that someone has. So I'm seeing these 3 wine glasses on the table. So there was probably just some drinking at a party. But the Devil card is definitely something to consider here, Cancer, with it being your opposite sign. Capricorn, I don't know if there's a Capricorn that someone lives with here, or if this is just talking about a marriage that someone is in with a Capricorn, or if this is a toxic third party or a toxic home environment. I guess we'll know more when we clarify. Okay, but we do have the Fool, but underneath the devil card. So this is something that you can see in the future. This is a new beginning that you're waiting for, Cancer. This may involve a risk. Some of you guys are leaping away from something toxic that you felt stuck in, a home environment, a marriage, maybe just ways of thinking or your emotions, Cancer. But let's continue here. Allow me to look into the second week of July, which is, I believe, where we are now, until around the 14th. The 14th will begin the third week of July. So let's see what Cancer is up to right now for the second week of July. Please allow me to look into the second week of July for Cancer. So we have the King of Swords. We have a king and a queen here. Okay, a lot of females in this deck, guys. Simply because this is the goddess deck. So it definitely looks into the female energy, which is another reason why this is a good deck to use in Cancer season, because Cancers are very feminine. They're ruled by the moon, okay? But we do have an interesting thing happening here. The bottom of the deck for this King of Swords is the Queen of Swords. Strong air energy coming up for the second week of Cancer. I'm sorry, for the second week of July. Strong air energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be important. The truth, there may be conversations that take place the second week of July with these. This is definitely a couple here. You can see at the bottom of these cards, hopefully, that there's different crowns. Okay, this is the crown to represent the queen, and this is the crown to represent the king. So the card coming out is actually the King of Swords, which would be an Aquarius to me, sometimes Libra, and maybe even Gemini, but I do get more of an Aquarius Libra vibe. And for you, Cancer, it's not really about the zodiac signs. I'm just naming those for certain people who are interested. We have Leo and Aquarius here, okay? Sagittarius and Gemini, Aries and Libra. You know, a king and a queen. And we also have another queen down here. So I do feel like some of you guys are dealing with like multiple parties. There's about 3 people showing up here. Couple air signs and a fire sign. And if it's not that, these are people that are conversating, someone who's taken action in a marriage or a home environment. Some of you may have moved to a more passionate environment or want to in July. But with the King and the Queen of Swords, this is a couple. We have both the King and the Queen. So this is someone who's been, maybe conversations or communication is extremely relevant, Cancer, the second week of July. For some reason, there may be some kind of conversation, something that's communicated, the truth, you know, saying what you mean and meaning what you say. Now with the Queen of Swords, now what is this? The Six of Swords just made itself known. I don't know if you guys saw my cards do that, but some of you may be leaving an air sign, okay? We do have the Six of Swords. A lot of air energy here, Cancer. Some of you guys are thinking about traveling or leaving some kind of troubling emotional experience behind to get to much calmer waters. Yeah, this Six of Swords really wants to communicate with you guys. Second week of July, there may be some movement. Someone may leave. You may leave. There may be a child involved because we do have that small child in the boat. And to me, this is about getting to a much brighter sense of existence. You know, they're leaving a dark cave. And that cave could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a home environment. But it's something that's metaphorically very dark and gloomy. It's probably a dark time in your life. But the eclipses are here to really change a lot of stuff for you, Cancer, for the next 6 months, okay? So yeah, I do see that someone with a child may be leaving, especially if there's air energy involved. Maybe someone with a child is going to communicate about leaving. There may be 2 people who are heartbroken here with both the Three of Swords on each side. But yeah, someone is definitely communicating their truth. And what I was going to say is with the Queen of Swords, I always see that mask on the ground there. So it's like she's cutting the deception out. Like it's very hard to lie or deceive the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is an energy that represents being very firm mentally, having mental authority. Both of these cards, actually, the King and the Queen of Swords, they're not bullshitters, okay? They can be kind of narcissistic. They can be very emotionless. So Cancer, you guys may be really being rational. Rational thought is important for the second week of July as well. Yeah, they're non-emotional people. Okay, non-emotional people, and you may be cutting your feelings off for certain people, or cutting certain people out of your life because of some kind of act that's been going on. You may find out about some kind of truth or something like that just because this person here is like in the front of a play. Some of you may speak. Some of you, this may be significant energy literally, where you're going to see some kind of movie or play, or maybe there's just an audience or something, some kind of stage where someone's communicating in front of a lot of people. The second week of July, especially with the King of Swords here, tending to all these children, okay? There are younger adults. Someone may communicate with the youth here, or maybe there's a conversation with someone younger than you. maybe a child or someone else's child that's important. But there's an underlying energy here of like no deception. You know, the mask is coming off the second week of July. Let's look into the third week of July, Cancer. It was very interesting to have that King and that Queen of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles coming out for you, Cancer, for the third week. And again, this Ace of Cups. This is a card that's come out twice for you as an underlying energy. First for the beginning of July, and then again for the middle of the third week of July, okay? This is an important week because this is the full moon in Capricorn. We've got that earth energy here. So it's interesting, we have the single woman card coming out, and it could definitely be a single man. This is just about self-sufficiency. This is about, you know, independence financially, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So I don't know if this is the same Ace of Cups that was trying to try to come in the beginning of July. If so, there's an opportunity for new love at the beginning of July that arises the third week of July, because this card has come out twice now. So there's something here about some kind of new emotion or healing energy, maybe even a child. You know, someone here could be a single parent or something like that. But for those of you who are single or feel single and ready to mingle the third week of July, even if you're in a relationship, some of you may feel single. You know, I'm seeing this peacock here, and peacocks only feather out like that when they're mating or when they're trying to attract a mate, okay? So we got some new love going on here, Cancer. Some of you who are single or newly single out of a marriage or something like that, this could definitely be a divorce. Talk of divorce here with the King of Swords and the Four of Wands. That's the King of Swords can definitely be a lawyer, some kind of intellectual counselor or judge. So with this energy, yeah, there could definitely be some divorce papers being signed, and you're newly single in July. It's summertime, and you're receiving this Ace of Cups here, and we do have the Tower. So yeah, there's something kind of shocking the third week of July, Cancer, is what I'm getting. It's something that you don't see coming. This may be new love or emotion that kind of shocks you. Some of you may be shockingly pregnant. The Ace of Cups is a new child, so some of you guys may be experiencing you know, new children, and it may shock your foundation. We have something falling apart here, some kind of ending. There was some kind of false foundation. Maybe you guys were in a false relationship, and I did see the Magician back here. Okay, so this is also about Mercury, okay, Virgo, Gemini energy, possibly, and also Mars. Both of those are in Leo. So Mercury and Mars in Leo is coming up here at Cancer. This is the card for Mercury, this is the card for Mars, and those are both in Leo. That may be relevant. And we have some new love coming in here for someone who's been single, been kind of focused on their own stability, you know, something like that, okay? So yeah, we do have, and it may be with a Sagittarius. Someone may have a Sagittarius moon here, or maybe there's a Virgo involved. We do have someone here who has a Sagittarius moon. Someone may have Pisces energy, and this is the moon, Cancer. So this could definitely be you as well. But do you see the big full moons in both these pictures? The full moon eclipse in Capricorn is going to be very important. You may have to slow down. Hanging on to something may slow you down. It may slow the wheel from turning, which is why you guys need to take a little bit of a break, move a little bit slower. But yeah, there's a huge full moon indication here. And also someone with a Pisces Sagittarius energy, more specifically Pisces or Sagittarius moon, because we have the moon in Temperance. So this is about being patient at a soul level, Cancer, especially when it comes to what you can't see. All right, we have some reflection going on here. Okay, yeah, definitely balance at a soul level, emotional balance. And this may be talking about Jupiter as well. We got some planets showing up for you, Cancer. A lot of planets in retrograde this month, slowing you down. Jupiter and Neptune are both retrograde, which would be that Pisces Sagittarius vibe, and that might be why things are slowing down for you. But we also have you communicating. There may be some shocking communication. Somebody here may have manifested an ending. You know, the Tower is not always a bad thing. When we're in a situation that we just desperately need to change, and we're praying and we're hoping that please, just something needs to change, please get me out of this situation, we're actually praying for the Tower. Okay, so I don't think this is a bad Tower, especially because it's surrounded by the Magician, the Temperance card. Somebody may have Mercury in Sagittarius here. Okay, but yeah, the Tower is surrounded by the Magician card and the Ace of Cups. So don't allow destruction to distract you, Cancer, from the new emotion that you're feeling. You know, this is like an emotional rebirth. You guys are ready to feel new emotion. You're ready for new love, especially those of you who are single, you know. So let's check out the last week of July. Please show me the last week of July for Cancer 2019. What are the energy for the last week of July? Just give me one card, Spirit, to represent the last week of July for Cancer 2019. And we have that Six of Swords, Cancer, that's coming out. So the Six of Swords that was an underlying energy for the third week of July is actually your energy for the end of July. Okay, so you were thinking about leaving the middle, like the second and third week. There was some talk about moving, but I feel at the end of July there really will, gosh, I can't talk, it's Mercury retrograde, Jesus. There really will be some movement. Okay, someone may leave you, but it's all about moving to a way better place. Okay, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. It's very sad, these people in this boat, you know, to leave this person, place, or thing behind. But instead of focusing on what you're leaving, focus on where you're going, Cancer. It's much lighter, it's much calmer. It could be a job or something like that as well. So I always say, in order to get to something new, you have to leave something old. And that's the vibration you're going to be feeling towards the end of the month in Leo season. Okay, this is going to be Leo season here. This is Cancer season, the first 2 weeks. This is Leo season. So Leo season, when the sun shifts into Leo, you're going to be focused more on self-sufficiency, your independence, stability. You know, this is pretty good financial energy for some of you guys. And just feeling abundant. This is like a garden energy. But I am noticing you may feel a little bit trapped somewhere with that Nine of Pentacles, because we do have a fence. Okay, so you want to be careful of the gilded cage energy where you're in a comfortable prison. You know, some of you guys may be comfortable with what you do for money, but you don't feel like you can get out of it. All right, and the underlying energy for your whole reading, Cancer, is the Four of Swords. So this whole reading has something to do with meditation, healing, peaceful, quiet time. You can see, yeah, we have the Page of Cups right underneath there. So we do have a Pisces showing up for some of you guys. I'll talk about the underlying energy towards the end of your reading, but this is your underlying energy for the whole month. Four of Swords energy. So there's just something here about peaceful state of mind, you know, resting. Some of you guys definitely need to get your rest in Cancer season, because whether you know it or not, emotions are moving through you. All of our emotions, Cancer. You know, Scorpio and Pisces are helping out as much as we can, but it's your time to shine, Cancer. And so I think Cancers handle but it's your birthday. You know, you guys could be having kind of emotional, stressful birthdays, because solar returns are really intense. You know, it's like being reborn again. And other than that, there's just a lot going on with the retrogrades, and also you're the North Node, you know, so yeah, I just feel like rest is really important, you know, actual sleep, and if not sleep, meditation. Make sure you're very much taking care of your state of mind. This is a foundation for your thoughts, Cancer, your mental foundation. So now we're going to go down the line and see if there's any more information that wants to come out. This is just going to add more intuition to the reading. So, okay, wow. I'm going to put that card back, Cancer, but we had Death to the Deceitful come out immediately. Card number 76. So I'm not going to be reading from the book, just so that I can really work with my intuition here. I mean, Death to the Deceitful. This is like that energy I was picking up on with the Ten of Swords. That's a deception card. You know, there's going to be transformation. This is deceit ending. Lies, cheating, sneaky energy. Like, this is the end to the Seven of Swords. This is an end to you being afraid to move higher, Cancer. Okay? But let's focus here. Please allow me to look into the first week of July for Cancer. Please clarify the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Please clarify this fire energy for Cancer for the beginning of July. Please clarify the, Four of Wands and the, we have Scary Mirror. Okay, this is one of my favorite cards, Cancer. Scary Mirror. This reminds me of certain things projecting. Okay, we have green underneath. So this may be talking about your physical body. This would be talking about an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Green also reminds me of money as well. So any of these things could be coming up. But Scary Mirror. You know, there are certain things in our life that are actually reflections of us. Okay, we're meant to learn from them. So you could be dealing with a polar opposite, especially if you're in your home or with a fire sign or in a marriage. Okay, because this is coming up for the first week. And this is kind of a separate message. So the first week of July, there was a lot being mirrored at you, Cancer, especially the emotions of other people. All right. So yeah, there's definitely something here like the light and the dark almost. Some of you guys could be in karmic relationships or twin flame relationships. This reminds me of twin flames a lot because twin flames are perfect mirrors for each other. It can get a little scary though, can it, Cancer? Not really being able to see or recognize whether it's you or your reflection that's doing something. Is it you or is it what other people see in you? There's a lot of projection in this card that comes up intuitively, okay? So it could definitely be linked to a fire sign, specifically a Leo, an Aries, a Sagittarius, or you gotta see what your home is reflecting to you, Cancer, at the first week. You know, the energy that you feel in your home, the energy you feel celebrating, or the energy, yeah, because this could definitely be your birthdays too, okay? The Four of Wands is a celebration card, so it could definitely be, you know, what your birthday is reflecting to you. You know, there could be some kind of scary energy going on there too. I am picking up on some fear with you, Cancer, because scary mirror came out, and then I did see afraid of the attic, so fear and scary energy coming up a little bit, Cancer, okay? Okay, yeah, I was just talking about fear, and this card kind of wanted to make itself known. Fear that the light will bring judgment, okay? And that's interesting. I am seeing that one of these figures here seems to be light. Okay, so this is definitely about shadow energy and stuff like that, all right? And we have literally fear that the light will bring judgment. So maybe you're afraid to look at something clearly because of what's being projected back at you. You know, I've been thinking all Cancer season long, all Cancer season, I've been thinking about how much water is a reflection for people. Even being in front of bodies of water, the more still that they are, the more like a mirror water. You ever notice that, Cancer? That water is literally a mirror. You can see images reflected off that. So maybe think of that the next time you're around a large body of water. We've got a lot of eyes here in this picture, okay? So I don't know if there's just something going on here, Cancer, when it has to do with looking at something, being seen, and maybe being seen as something that you're not. You know, that's Cancer energy, being seen as something that you're not when all you're trying to do is protect your emotions, okay? Please allow me to look into the second week of July for Cancer. Please clarify this King of Swords. Please clarify the King of Swords for Cancer, July. Okay, so that was too many. We have the all-knower, the no one is yours but you. Cast your sacred symbols and body as a house. So let's try that again. I just want one card. But the all-knower seemed to be kind of relevant. We got some skull action going on here for you, Cancer. So maybe Scorpio energy, but definitely transformation, endings, you know. Please clarify the King of Swords using just one card, Spirit, for Cancer, July 2019. Why is the King of Swords here for the second week of July for them? We have one card, and it is can't be caught. So you guys could definitely be dealing with an air sign who seems to slip right through your fingers. We have protect your heart here as well, Cancer. So some of you guys, if you're dealing with air energy, or if you're just dealing with someone who seems a bit cold or emotionless, yeah, and this is card number 10. All right, so there could definitely be a completion here as well. To me, Cancer, this is definitely talking about, well, the can't be caught is kind of interesting, especially because I felt a lawyer vibe. So I don't know if that's significant for any of you. Can't be caught. I'll show you what these look. Can't be caught. I remember reading from that. Okay, but I'm trying to stay away from the book just so I can go intuitive with this. So intuitively, this is about maybe something maybe with an air sign, and again, protecting your heart. So what I'm feeling, Cancer, is someone who has commitment issues, whether that's you or someone else. Because this is someone who doesn't want to be reached. You know, you can see this star here. This is about being a star up in the sky. So you could definitely be dealing with an Aquarius. I'm feeling Aquarius for some of you. And Aquarius is really like freedom. Okay, so they're very collective. They're very known for having multiple partners and for establishing friendships with people. So this can't be caught energy is kind of interesting. Maybe you feel like you can't catch something, Cancer, and it's not clear enough, it's not logical enough, so you're just going to protect your heart. But this could also be talking about you cutting yourself off from certain people and not allowing yourself to be caught. Like, Cancer, you could be a little bit out of reach the second week of July. You know, you might not want just anybody's hands on you or anybody's energy around your aura, okay? So very interesting, that King of Swords energy for the second week. Definitely air sign energy. And if it's not air sign energy, it's your thoughts, it's what you're saying, what you're thinking, conversations taking place. And we do have scary mirror and can't be caught. So yeah, very mischievous energy coming up there, okay, so far. So let's look into the third week of, this card is interesting. This is that protect your heart card. That card didn't want to go back in. So you really want to protect that sensitive heart of yours, Cancer, especially when it comes to people around you who are not worthy of holding you. They're not worthy of touching you. And you know, Cancer, you're ruled by the hands. Cancer rules the hands as the crab, and we've got a lot of hands grabbing at you, but you can't be caught. Cancer, you're the north node. You're the north node of destiny, so you cannot be caught right now. I don't know if this is talking about someone getting caught cheating as well, though, okay? Because I did pick up on a little bit of that energy too, that someone just thinks that they can't be caught here. So I'm getting a lot of energy, and I am seeing the stay back card. So there's something here about protecting your heart and staying back the second week of July, because you're really sensitive around this time. Okay, this is about boundaries. Somebody may be in and out of your life, Cancer, and the stay back card is talking about not feeling obligated to just allow people in our energy, you know. And now we're getting the left out with wolves card. These are a lot of cards that have come up for me with my journey. So this is talking about being left out with people as a cat. Like, this is like a cat who's been left out with wolves, but this is to learn from those kind of people. So Cancer, I know you may be a little bit restless because of all the energy you're feeling, but right now you are like the prime teacher of emotion. And a lot of people don't handle Cancer season very well because they, especially characters like this who like to remain detached. Okay, not necessarily air signs, but people who are really in their head and not in their heart. Cancer is about the hearts and about being nurturing and kind and emotional, you know, healing energy. So yeah, left out with the wolves. You may feel a little bit left out with people who are different than you, people who aren't as patient, kind, people who don't care about how you feel. But the universe is putting you in these dog-eat-dog situations so that you can come back leading the pack, okay? Please allow me to look into the third week of July for Cancer. Please clarify this Nine of Pentacles by using one card. Please clarify the Nine of Pentacles for the third week of July 2019 for Cancer. Please clarify. Yeah, okay. So we have body as a house. So whenever this card comes up, it's coming up on the Nine of Pentacles. So this is about your sex appeal, Cancer. This is about, you know, how healthy you're feeling, how healthy you're not feeling. And this is emotional health, physical health, spiritual health, all the health, okay? Body as a house. Now, what I'm getting from this card is that if a body was a house, then your head would be the attic, right? All right, so there's something coming up here. I like this card. It's very magical. But we have it with the Nine of Pentacles. So it's like not allowing people to enter your body or enter even your porch. Really think about your body as a metaphor here. Your body is a house, Cancer. And I love that energy because Cancer rules the home. So there's all this home and house energy coming up with your season. And for you, Cancer, you know, that's so weird because crabs have shells, and crabs, literally their body is their house. So this is bringing out that crab energy, Cancer. And if you were to think about your house being a body, and just noticing the people you sleep with, the people that you're sexually involved with, the people who touch you, there is something here about like people who touch you. You're such an empath, Cancer, and your energy is just so awakened right now with the sun. There's so many things that you can see. You're getting clarity from the universe and downloads. So some of you just may decide to be single. Okay, some of you may, you know, remain abstinent or something like that. There may be some kind of pure energy coming up here where there's so much emotion that you're picking up on, Cancer, that you realize that your body is your vessel. And there may be something in the upstairs attic, you know, which is your head, your mind. I guess your feet would be the basement. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely, there's something here about realizing how sacred your body is. And I really like the crab metaphor that Spirit showed me. Your body is a house, Cancer, because you got to think of yourself as a crab, right? Crabs can go inside their shell. It may be time to shed an old shell and move into a bigger shell, which is probably about a house for some of you, you know, moving into a bigger house. So I want you guys to think about your bodies and where you're living, right? Like your home and your body and some of the pain that you're feeling. If any physical pain comes up, please think about how your home and your environment, your foundation, Cancer. I haven't mentioned how important foundation is to Cancer. Okay, so there's something here about your body as a house, all right? Underlying energy is that restlessness card. I've been seeing this a lot for you too, Cancer. So I don't know if you're just waiting on something. You can't even tell what time it is. You wake up. This is like the Nine of Swords. A lot of anxiety, restlessness. You know, time either moving too slow for you or too fast, but not perfect, not in the middle, no moderation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you either think it's later than what it is or earlier than what it is. But this is about maybe not being able to sleep in a certain environment because you're alone. This is also about being single and living alone. You know, there may be something here about that. Okay, really interesting, these cards. I'm not sure how I feel about them yet. Please allow me to look into the fourth and final week of July 2019 for Cancer. Now, we almost had the Someone Soon card. Okay, yeah, some of you guys are feeling a bit lonely. You're deciding to protect your heart. You're probably not being fooled by these retrogrades. You know, the retrogrades are bringing, we have the left out with the Wolves card again. Some of you feel very left out. But yeah, the retrogrades, there's 6 retrogrades in July. And that brings up, and a lot of these retrogrades are lasting until like November, September, October time. So like 4 or 6 months, long time, okay, until the fall. All summer long, just retrograde energy. So this summer is going to be very nostalgic. A lot of people are going to want to come back. A lot of exes, people from your past, Cancer. Hopefully my blinds are not too distracting for you. Hopefully that helped, Cancer. Sorry, I'm in a new environment. The sun is in different places for me right now. But yeah, a lot of exes. I think some of you guys are just protecting your heart. Okay, but we did almost have the Someone Soon card. So some of you guys, there's someone soon coming in at the end of July, and they may travel to you. They may live across seas. Please clarify the Six of Swords for the fourth and final week of July 2019 for Cancer. Why is the Six of Swords here? Wow, and we have Afraid of the Attic. Okay, so this is going to be very interesting. Bottom of the deck is Ungrateful Daughter and Earthly Mother. Okay, so there's some daughter-mother energy going on here. There may be some, and that's really interesting, Cancer, because Cancers are the mother in astrology, okay? You guys are the moon mothers, the mother moons. And so that daughter-mother energy can be literal to some of you. It could be like metaphorical for some of you. But this card talks all about, it's kind of a weird card, honestly, but there's just like, there's a daughter who's kind of like, she's not humble anymore or something like that, ungrateful energy. But what I really want to talk about here towards the end of your reading is how symbolic this is. Okay, Body as a House talks about your mind being an attic, and then we have Afraid of the Attic. Cancer, the second half of July, you guys are afraid to mentally elevate about something for some reason, and it may involve being single. It may involve you know, being afraid to leave something behind, which is why we see that hand there reaching. I'm really seeing the hands. We've got a couple cards here with hands, Cancer, and I know that you're ruled by the hands. So some of you guys are afraid to reach for something because it's too high. We got those wolves are coming out again. So this is talking about, you know, if our body was a house and our mind was an attic, we'd have a lot of junk in our attic, right? First, it's just a couple shoe boxes, couple thoughts that we push to those dark corners. But then after a while, cobwebs start. Because we don't, if you think about a house as our body, we don't visit the attic a lot, right? If you go to somebody's house, you don't say, hey, can I see your attic? Like, you guys literally chill in the living room or chill in the bedroom. Maybe the bathroom is frequently visited, in the kitchen. But the basement and the attic are areas in our houses, literally, that we don't visit a lot. That's where we do storage. So your feet and your head, Cancer, there's something about from head to toe. There's something about from head to toe this month, Cancer, healing from head to toe, right? And not being afraid of what you have stored up in your mind, that you haven't really unboxed a lot of these thoughts. But July is going to be that time of year. It's going to be a month where you do a lot of reflection, Cancer. Some of those thoughts may come back out, okay? And these may be thoughts of leaving. You know, you may have to leave something behind that you're afraid of as well. But it looks like there's definitely a house metaphor here, okay? Ungrateful daughter, earthly mother, something that is never truly yours. Four of Swords. We have the Hanged Man here, and we have the Two of Cups. So there's definitely a Pisces here, and we definitely have Virgo too. This card came out so much for you guys. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. So there's a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn here. Some of you guys just may feel isolated. The Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles is kind of like the Nine of Pentacles, because the Nine of Pentacles is pretty hermited when it comes to finances as well. So you guys just might feel a little lonely. But we have the Four of Swords, meditation. There may be some kind of apology that comes in, Cancer, from someone you haven't spoke to in a while. This may be something you're waiting on. It may involve, this is very stagnant energy. Like you're definitely moving as slow as a crab. And I'm not saying that you guys like that or even want to be moving that slow, but the Four of Swords is being still at a mental level. The Hanged Man is just literally changing your perspective. Meditation will change your perspective, especially emotionally when it comes to any younger water signs, when it comes to any apologies or synchronicities. This is a synchronicity card, the Page of Cups. So there are going to be certain synchronicities that come to you in a peaceful state of mind. I want you guys to meditate this month. It'll do you so good. It'll change your perspective when it comes to something you sacrifice. There may be a sacrifice of emotion here, or you may be seeing emotion differently, Cancer. And we have the Two of Cups. So this is a choice, okay? A lot of water energy here with the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups. So this could definitely be a reconciliation that some of you guys are waiting on, especially because I see these two trees here. There's two trees. So some of you guys are literally waiting on love or waiting on reconciliation, okay? There may be a choice in love between two people, places, or things. All right, but yeah, some of you guys is definitely about a Virgo, or maybe some of you are just feeling lonely without love, but you're being told to shift your perception about love to yourself. Love yourself the way you would want someone else to love you, and you will literally attract that in. I do feel like this is about healing yourself before emotionally conversating with certain people, healing yourself emotionally, maybe apologizing or receiving apologies. But the bottom line is the Four of Swords, which is resting, healing emotionally, meditating, seeing the synchronicities and the signs, Cancer. But we have a lot being reflected at you this month. We have some energy here of like almost a slippery energy where you can't even hold on too tightly to something this month because it can't be caught. Okay, it's a very jumpy energy. And then body as a house is interesting, especially with attic, afraid of the attic. That's literally someone who's afraid, to think something. And look at all the magic coming out of her head there, okay, Cancer? So interesting reading, guys. You'll have to let me know what's going on this month. You gotta definitely tune into your intuition around this time. July is a very intuitive month. It's a month of reflection. So right now, logic is not a thing. We have Neptune retrograde and Mercury retrograde. So reality and fantasy have joined forces to confuse us all. So hopefully that resonated, guys. I appreciate your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. I do personal readings. You can check in my description box if you would like to work with me personally. Other than that, you can check out my new moon in Cancer video if you'd like to see what's going on there, or my summer solstice video. I have those videos out. And I will be uploading a full moon in Capricorn video in a few days. All right, Cancer? So have a great July. Enjoy your birthdays, you guys. And I will talk to you guys all in August. Bye.